Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Action Figure-Atorium. My name is Mark, and I will be your host today as we peruse the wonderful world of toy photography here at the studio, the Island Station Media Lab. Today we are going to be doing some more political memes. This time we've got ourselves a delicious George W. Bush figure, possibly talking, possibly not talking. These things usually come in pretty wrecked. And also as his sidekick we have Mr. Dick Cheney here. He is he's out in hunting gear. People hunt apparently in raver clothes with pocket chain and t-shirts, but he is the real guy. That is Mr. Cheney. And if you stick around long enough on today's show, you will also see Mr. Donald Rumsfeld, who is a talking figure. Let's see if we can... That's not even a remote possibility. Yeah, it's not even a remote possibility. That's all happening today on this Action Figure-Atorium. All right, a return to the show. Thanks everyone for enjoying the intro. So the last show I did, in case you missed it, we took a Miles from Tomorrowland toy, and it looked like a toy, which is kind of a problem when you're trying to do cool action figure shots. And so we took a day, I spent like an hour and a half. Basically what it is I throw some paint down and I just go until I run out of that paint, because I don't want to waste anything, and I'll find some place to use it. So we did this dog here. This is what it looks like. I wish I had a before picture loaded up I could show you, but there's a before shot on the Instagram if you really care, which probably not, but just wanted to show you what we did on the last show. It was a painting show, not a photography show. So this is turning slowly people, into more of a toy show. But today we're gonna do this dog. This is Mr. George W. Bush. He was one of the past presidents who saw the beginning of some sort of bleak times for America, things like 9/11, etc., etc. For those of you who were alive during that, you'll know what I'm talking about. And this guy happens to, well, hello there in the corner. This guy I got at a thrift store, sort of on the cheap. And these are not hard to find. If you're looking for George W. Bush, you can score these online all the time. You'll probably, shipping nowadays is tough to get something under 10 bucks for something like this, but, figure the shipping plus whatever someone wants to sell these for, which is probably not much. So you're looking at like less than $20 if you actually wanted something like this. It's not a very good figure. It doesn't really have any articulation. The arms are just rubbery. Right? It's got rubbery arms, rubbery limbs, so it's basically just a rubber doll with this molded, George W. Bush head. And it looks like they took a photograph or somebody just sculpted it by hand, but it's not ultra realistic. It's kind of Alfred E. Newman-ish in some ways. He has a polka dotted tie, which I don't think is very presidential. And he's got kind of a gray suit, which just looks like he's an usher. I don't know if you guys can see into the detail on this guy. I can also switch to black and white cam if we want a close-up of him. So there's a piece of Velcro that that holds the jacket together, and simple white shirt, which has a couple pieces of Velcro on it. Probably the whole thing was assembled in China. One thing of note on this guy, when I got him, he was missing a shoe, right? So he does have socks on. I can show you what the socks look like. So socks are just kind of like that. And he had only one shoe, like a black loafer. And I don't know if I have a pair of shoes that I could swap him out for. But what's funny about that is there was actually this time where he was giving kind of a lone press conference. He was sort of in a room, sort of trapped at the end of it, like a small, like little banquet room in a, in like a, you know, Holiday Inn in like some Arab nation, and he was taking questions from reporters, and at some point this guy took his shoe off and he threw it at President Bush, and he ducked, and it made, you know, all the Colbert, you know, Jon Stewart sort of headlines that went around. It was a real funny clip. He may have thrown the other shoe. Apparently that's a thing I heard, is that if someone's unhappy with you, they will throw a shoe at you. So I don't know if that's the same as getting the boot, but probably does happen more than we care to admit. So funny that he has one shoe. So we're going to do him today, and I thought I'd show you this other figure that we're going to be doing before we get into the actual photography part, and that is this cat here. This is a Dick Cheney action figure, and I believe this guy was made by a company called Hero Builders. It's one of those places where you can send them a photo and they will, you know, make a little rubberized head and put it on a generic body and, you know, send an action figure to you. I'm not sure, they probably cost, I'm guessing, like around $80 to get like a custom one of figure sort of made of you or something. But this is what the guy looks like, and I believe there may be a variant in a suit, or maybe somebody had a suit and they put it on this guy. So what it is he's basically just an action figure doll with doesn't even have shoes per se. It's just got the molded feet, or does it? Okay, so these are shoes. These are like hiking boots, and he's got these urban camo pants, which is kind of like a rave thing, or if you're fighting in Norway. And he's got a little belt chain there, a little wallet chain coming around his belt, and he does have a belt, and he's got this shirt that velcros in the back, and it says, "You don't know Dick," and he's got a real kind of scowl on his face. I don't know if you guys can see what's going on here with old Scowly, but he's got a scowl, and he came with a shotgun. I got this at a thrift store by my house, like I got the same place I got the Bush doll, and he did not have the shotgun with him, so I just went into my old bin of weapons I've collected and just put this in his hands, just so that I could show you guys what, you know, the figure would kind of look like if he had the scowl, "You don't know Dick," and he's pointing a weapon at you. Now you're probably asking, why is this politician, who was the vice president for 8 years, why is he dressed as some kind of a weird raver guy with a shotgun? Well, you don't know Dick. I think that's what they're trying to say. So what it was is supposedly, and this is the news headlines, who knows what really happened, of course, but supposedly Dick Cheney was out duck hunting with a friend and somehow accidentally shot the friend. The guy lived. He was taken to a hospital, but the joke is something like, you know, the guy was somebody who was going to, you know, maybe squeal on some illegal activities that these guys were up to, and you know, Dick took him out hunting and shot him or something like that. That's kind of the, you know, I guess the what sort of the implied, even though we have no idea really what's going on. So that's why he's dressed up like he's a hunter. This is what they think a hunter dresses like. That, you know, when you go out duck hunting, you dress like you're going to a rave, you know, in a t-shirt and holding a shotgun. But it's a political parody. Oh, also I want to point out on this guy. Here, let me switch to the side cam. I'd like to point out that on this guy, when I got him, he has some damage in his cheek here. And actually, like, he got, in the thrift store, he got dragged around or something. And the reason why no one bought this guy is because, you know, he's not a Spider-Man or Batman, and you don't know what this thing is. But he does have a little damage on his face. I'm not too worried about that because, I don't know, I mean, he's an old guy, and I think that just maybe makes him look older. All right, so one last figure to show you, and then we'll start getting into lenses, etc., things like that. But another guy that I picked up recently, Dick Cheney does not talk, by the way, and the George W. does, but this guy's batteries have died. And so I want to bring you to this guy, Donald Rumsfeld, who was in the Bush administration. I believe he was the Secretary of Defense. He would say things like, you go to war not with the army you want, but the army you have. This guy, of course, is kind of like the others. He's just sort of rubbery. He's probably made by the same people who made the George W. He is missing both shoes, but he has his little booty socks, and they look just like the W ones. He's got a really cool pinstripe suit. I don't even know if a guy deserves it. He's got kind of a weird stripy tie. Just hangs off the front. You can see on the side here, this little red where he had glasses that hatch in. The glasses are missing. I believe I do not have a pair for him to wear in my little bins down here underneath the psych, but we can look. If you're willing to hang out long enough, we can look and see. But this guy is totally a talking figure, and he says a bunch of really long-winded stuff. Let's listen to a couple.
The answer is yes and no. How did you get a camera into my private office? Who in the world let you in there? Oh my goodness. You want to know if you could offer me the opportunity? The answer is yes, you may offer me the opportunity, and I decline.
So it's taken from like some type of a press release where, you know, he's telling stories like he's supposed to be delivering a press conference, but he's just chatting with the crowd, and they're laughing at his jokes because, you know, they're all in on that the fact, you know, that they're getting a free dinner or meal.
The question you ask, however, is not a question I can answer. Don't know. You just don't like one-word answers.
Yeah, you just don't like one-word answers. All right. So, as you guys know, this is a multicam show with this shot, the fly-on-the-wall shot, the tabletop shot, and of course the subject cam, in which you get to see what the camera sees. So what we're going to begin with is we're going to crank the height on our camera, going up, start with there, and I think what we're going to do is these are going to be real easy shots because the idea behind this is to make little meme posters and put them out there and sprinkle them around. And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with the George W, and we're just going to do like head and shoulder shots. We'll put them in the middle of the psych, and I can see already. All right, so that's as far in as that will go. I can see that I need, of course, to focus up. Looks a lot better. I think we should go even higher. This tripod will go higher because we're going to bring our man even closer. We're going to try and fill up the whole screen with them. Yes, I realize, folks, that requires a new focus. Well, there it was. I don't know. Could be in focus. There she blow. All right, so ISO. Let's rotate that around. Let's do about 640. White balance. You know, I have a new app. It is a light meter app. and wouldn't it be great to try to use this thing? All right, how does it work? Who knows? All right, I believe you have to take a photo with your camera. And then open it in the app. Maybe. Confusion with this thing. Alright. Let me down. Let me down, camera. Alright, well, we are just going to go with our own adjustment of the white balance. Alright, we're going to go with daylight. And I'm just going to leave it at this generic setting for daylight for this one. And we'll see what we can get. Alright, so we need to put a couple of key lights on this guy. And I believe in sort of starting up and pointing down. If you go too high, you're going to get some shadows. Nobody wants the shadows. Alright, we're just putting a second key on this guy. I go real hard on his left side and real soft on his right side as far as the direction goes. Alright, let's get another focus up on this guy. Let's do a little exposure adjustment. That's 8.0, 7.1, 6.3. I think 7.1 is closer where we're going to be. I'm going to manually move the tripod to center him up. Sounds weird. But why not? All right, it's level actually. Let's try an 8.0. Yeah, these are some great shots. So I don't imagine that today's show is going to go too long. This is fairly fairly simple evil photography of a couple of war criminals. For the sake of a meme poster. Get some 3/4. Let's just goof around with our ISO a little bit too. I don't know, 640 seems to look the best on the little mini screen, but you never know. Maybe a side shot. This guy doesn't pose. Also, by the way, he's got these rubber limbs, so he's really pretty useless. But we'll snap some different shots. We'll try some different exposures. When I bring him into Photoshop, we'll see what looks the best. Trying some dark, some light here. Each time we'll give him a little move. Let's see how far. Just going to manually push him back. I'll refocus up. Alright. Is there anything else? What do you guys think? What do you guys think about just the shoe? Yeah, I can't even see that. Take some key lights down. Yeah, that's a hero shot. What do you guys think of that? By the way, there is another George Bush action figure where he's in the flight aviator suit, and the actual flight aviator suit and all the stuff that comes with it looks really good. I've seen them in the package and it looked really good, and it was funny that they wasted all that material and content on a George Bush figure. But I mean, let people decide. All right, so it's time to move on to the Dick Cheney guy. By the way, what I was thinking for these two figures, since George W. Bush has already been president for 2 terms, ineligible to serve, and Dick Cheney could run if people would elect him, which, he probably wants to avoid being in the spotlight. But that means that George W. couldn't be his running mate, because he can't assume the role of president if something were to happen to the president, Dick Cheney, assuming he were to win. So we can't have him in the meme. So what I was thinking is that these guys would be running as a team for a different country. That maybe these guys would be running for, say, like a place like Venezuela. And we could bring a little more attention to Venezuela out there on the memer net, and sort of get our political hits in through comedy every once in a while. I know you guys are probably all into like the your Spider-Man on a side of a building shots, and I love those. Those are cool. I love the amount of attention to the detail that they put into lighting. Seeing some of these cats, how they light them, their sets. It's pretty amazing. And I love that stuff too, is what I'm saying. But some people, that's all they want. That's all they really want with their toy culture. And I'm just kind of here to sort of squeeze the last bits out of these things. Because what do we really need these for? I mean, these aren't going to feed anybody. I'm not going to give anybody shelter. So let's make them into new political content. Alright. You don't know Dick. So remember, this guy's got kind of a nasty scar on his face. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but I've got him on the stand here. Maybe camera closer. Yar. There he is. He's on this sort of strapped to this stand just so we can get a photo of him. Stand him upright. Alright, the big question is, should we Alright, that's as far as we can push in. Let me drag this guy closer if I can. I might have to, I feel like he's smaller than the... Alright, that's as far up as the tripod can go. Are you guys seeing this? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Alright, we're going to have to go all the way to the end of the glass almost to get this guy. There he is. There's our guy. You're looking at him, people. You're looking at our guy. And, you know, I mean, I guess we could put like a Bernie Sanders wig on him or something at this point. He just sort of looks like a, this guy looks like just a, could be anybody. Well, let's see what we can sort of, we'll just sort of give him some turns. Oh, it'd be nice if I could cut the hair out. Maybe we can fix that by dimming our backlights. Get the background. Wow, what do you guys think of that? So I want to be able to cut his head out. I don't feel like throwing up a green screen or color key at the moment. That seems to solve a little problem. Now I've got a little bit of glare from this light. We're going to adjust our keys a little bit. We're going to back this off, or at least try to make it further back so it has a bigger throw and covers more area and doesn't just spot one spot. And, oh geez, camera 3 fell down. You guys are lucky that wasn't live. Everyone here just got lucky. Alright, so we're going to take this key, raise it up, and I know you guys want to see what's going on. I'm adjusting this dog on him. Just sort of sweeping until I find a good spot. And as you can see here, hey everyone, this dog I'm just going to sweep until we find out where he needs to go. Let's go higher with this. The question is there a backlight needed for this guy? Well, that is tough to say. I like what we got right there, though. I like that. Let's just take a snapshot, even though I don't think he's in focus yet. There we go. And turn him this way. Get to see that his own duck hunting wound. All right, we'll snap back to Excitocam. What do you guys think of this guy so far? Hatred or love? Hatred. Alright. Probably need to fix the shirt. Jesus. You would think that I'm a professional at these things, but look at this. Look at this guy. A little bit of glare. That's not bad. This one's giving me the glare. I want the glare to go away, but I don't want to not hit this guy with light. A little dark on the forehead. He looks starting to look kind of Trumpian here with the orange face. But that can be adjusted in the Photoshop. So let's go do a couple different exposures. That's full open with the lens where it's at. Probably do this side. I do a side shot there. Five, 6. That's as dark as we can go. ISO bumped to 800 somehow. 5, 640, 1,000. Come on. There we go. I don't really like this hump back here, but worry about it later. These are not very difficult shots to do. This is about Photoshop and just having something to work with. We can do something though where here we can sometimes they look more menacing if you're shooting up at them. Further down you can get, the more menace you get. Didn't really do this with the bush one. Did it with Greedo and Zuckus. If you guys get a chance to check those two. Graphics out. We did some like looking up at them. It's kind of cool. All right. I guess think of this where he's just sort of crouching in at us. As long as he, oh God. That's pretty funny. That's some pretty funny shit. There's the shirt. At the end of my glass. After a certain point, the only way you can focus is by moving the camera or the subject. This is a real wide lens, and I should probably switch to another lens, but I think we're going to do one more cat today, and I think we're going to call as far as the photography section goes. I may return possibly tonight at home, do a stream where we do some photoshopping of these guys, but I think what we're going to do now is we're going to bring out Donald Rumsfeld, and I don't know where he's going to go as far as a graphic, but we might as well photograph him now since we're just doing these headshots on white. Might as well do it now while he's here and he's with these guys. We're sort of, you know, they're kind of his gang. Let's see here. You guys want a little tabletop camage? Wow, there's a cup of coffee there. Would have guessed. As we try to frame this guy up. So what is missing from this is I do not have glasses for him, and maybe I have some spares somewhere that he could wear. And I don't know where those are, so let's see here. Let me look in one of these drawers. Oh, we got lots of hats though. Look at this. People. Oh my god, people. You're telling me now that we could have done hats on all these guys. That these guys could have been Hat Central. You're just now telling me this. Look at this. Total like Justin Bieber, Michael Jackson player hat on the Rumsfeld. Or what about astronaut? Doesn't fit. What do you guys think of Rumsfeld knot, huh? I'll leave that one up while I look for some glasses for this guy. But I just want everyone to know that there are, in fact, a lot more hats. There are, in fact, hats on top of hats on top of hats at this place. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. What do you guys think about the Orco hat? Orco hat. Alright, we're taking the drawer out. Got a little section called wearables down here. I'm going to see if there's anything fit this guy. God, you would think I would have found glasses at some point. Alright, we're switching off an Orco hat back to studio cam while we look for something. Oh yeah, a little sombrero, astronaut hat. So too big. I hate to say it, folks, there are some hats that are just too big. A bummer. Oh, here's like a little kitty cat raver hat for Mr. Dick Cheney. The nicest of all men, by the way. Just want to point that out. He is one of the nicest of all men. And good guy if you get a chance to meet him. Real good guy. Okay, so looking through a bin of crap here. There's a tiara. I've got a lot of capes. If you are a toy builder, maker, collector, photographer, and you're looking for a specific cape for one of your figures, notice I said figure and I didn't use the word doll. If you're looking for a particular cape, there's a chance that maybe I have it. And that is not bragging. That is sad reality of my life. Okay, so we're kind of close. I found something. I'm going to go to camera 4. You guys tell me what you think is going on with those. Do we have magic, or is that not magic? You don't have to tell me all at once. Tell me much, much later. Oh, look, I found a flipper. Man, where have all the scuba guys gone? I don't have any of those. There's a lot of cool stuff here, folks. A lot of cool things. Leather jacket. Doesn't fit anybody. These could be butterfly wings, or they may not. Yeah, we're a little hurt on glasses here. If anybody wants to send props to this place, look, if anybody wants to send props to this place, okay, send it to the Island Station Media Lab, care of the AFA, or maybe you send it to the AFA, care of the Island Station Media Lab. Doesn't matter. The only people who are going to see that is me. So check those out. And feel free to send things to this P.O. box in Milwaukee, Oregon, 97269 is the Zipperino. For those of you out there listening and just writing it down, not that I have got a kind of a podcast vibe going, but it's not that far off. Might just listen to this. Oh man, this is hold on, we gotta go back to this. Look at, oh my God, people! I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's like a sweatshirt, a sweater, and it's look at this. It's like a little American heart. See that? Somebody's gonna have to wear this. Not these guys. No, not these guys at all. Someone else. All right, so this is the best I could do for glasses. I feel like there was a ton more glasses somewhere in the world in my stuff. I just don't know where. There's headphones. I'm looking at a visor. What could have confused me into thinking I had something? There's mountains and piles of crap. If anybody needs purses or little gym bags for your figures, hit me up. A fly backpack. It actually says fly on it. Got all this stuff here, and it's waiting you. Purses, all sizes of purses. How about this? Just random luggage bags. These are purses. This is all waiting for you folks. If you live in town, if you're here in the Portland area, and you're looking for a studio to come in that's got some extra little props, I'm your guy. All right? Don't hesitate to get in contact with us. Don't hesitate to book something here. And if there's any of this stuff that you see that you absolutely 100% have to have yourself, that you need to be an owner of, you may also contact me, Mark at actionfigure-atorium.com, and you can tell me what it is you're looking for. We'll try to help you out as best we can. All right, we've been at this for about 45 minutes. We got one guy left to shoot. I'm really looking for a pair of glasses for this guy. He doesn't quite look right without them. I'm gonna look in one more bin. I know this is the boring part of the show, but let me tell you, there is no exciting part of the show. It's a show in the studio where we're just chatting as we're doing photography. Man, I got a lot of props here, people. I got a lot of things. All the things you need. Look at this. Look at this. It's more become a show and tell day. Look at little miniature brass candle set. That would look cool. Maybe that when I do my composer series, we will bring that out. Gold Statue of Liberty. That could be like some kind of a some kind of cool award for an action figure. Alright, are there any little glasses in here? I'm not seeing it. This is looking sad. A moment of sadness. There are a lot of things in here, though. Binoculars. I don't really know why binoculars are in here. Alright, too much crap. We've hit a moment of just nothing but junk. Binoculars. Glass slippers, rings, little Hello Kitty pillows, all useless right now. Not the thing we're looking for. Alright, well, let's start with these, and then we'll go back to, oops. take. Yeah, we'll go back to him without glasses. So let's just make sure. These are kind of, they got a little bit of sparkle to them. Is this kind of like a Bono thing? Is this a Bono doll? Oh, by the way, I have a Jonathan Goodman 12-inch action figure. This guy's face looks ultra realistic. Are you guys freaked out by this guy? I am. We always need one of these. These are weird glasses. This is a weird looking dude with these glasses on. Looks like some like 80s TV star. First rule of never being in focus is that you're just never in focus. Alright, taking the shutter speed down. Let's foozle with this ISO a little bit. It's going to get this way more washed out, isn't it? Let's try this one. This guy's lips are just so glistening. All right, let's take off the safety shades. Look at this guy. Let's do one of these. Let's drop her down. Oh, by the way, he's still got the $5 price tag on him. I don't really quite get around to taking that off. It's funny, the tag's wiggling. Alright, can we lean him down a little bit? This is the best looking of the three. Doesn't look like Donald Rumsfeld though necessarily. That's just like some old white dude weirdo with that old white dude weirdo haircut. They all have it, whether they want it or not. I don't think you get the pick. Okay, so let me just did a little change of the figure. We need to do a quick relight of the figure. Give me a second here. Reposition key 1, and let's just call this one key 2 since key 1's already in use by that other light. Alright, now we can ISO down a little bit because we've dramatically jumped up our lighting scheme. We can pull our lights back a little bit because we don't need that much light on them. Does anybody care about their ties and shit in these photos? That was a classic. If you want to screenshot this stuff, use it for your own adventures. It'd be great if this was the thumbnail right here. I hate to say it, he just looks like a cop bureau guy. We're going on time, 49 minutes. It seems like a long show to me. Alright, we've got a little fly on the wall, fly on the table happening here. See what's going on. Yeah, this is what the guy looks like he's doing here in the studio with just him and the camera and some lights. I was just checking the chat here, and looks pretty exciting from the chat's point of view. Let's go back to subject cam. Yeah. Alright, so let's... I think there's anything else we can do with this guy. If we need more of him, we'll go back. Let's go back, since I did the other guys on the darker background. Let's go back to our original candidate. There's different lighting that sort of matches theirs. Take a couple more shots. See if I have any more lens to give this guy. Yeah, look at that. Getting a little bit of glare from the light in the back on his forehead. Now that's the kind of thing that I always figure I can fix in Photoshop after the fact, and to not let it slow you down, because you know, the minute you kind of get slowed down on these art projects trying to fix one particular problem, when it's something that you can fix faster, quicker, easier down the line. But if I can hit one switch and make that go away. All right. So this guy's a little more studio lit, a darker background, pretty light. See how like there's a little ring around his face there. That's actually how the plastic is reading. So I'm going to come in it from the side so that we get more of the side of his face and less that weird front bubble of his face. We'll do that one both of them. A little too far. Go closer. Not too close. We'll try and go a little more direct on both of these keys. This is the Action Figure-Atorium. We are doing George W. Bush today, who is going to be running for president of Venezuela. His running mate is, of course, Dick Cheney. I've just taken my normal white background of the cyc, and I've killed the lights so as to give it gray. I did it actually on Cheney so that we could cut his white hair out easier without having to draw the mask, which I suck at. And if you auto mask, it always comes out looking better than if I had done it, but still not good. We'll do some like little profile shots. As always, focus up, if anything, to waste time on the show, and it looks like you're doing something, some kind of craft. Now, a lot of glare on his head there. Let me try something. I'm going to just use, try to use my white lab coat as a bounce on this. because I'm getting so much glare off the side of his head. And real dramatic lighting there. I'm going to need just enough. What do you guys think of that? That presidential? The other side, something similar. Like the face. And of course, this guy, because he has one shoe, does not want to cooperate any possible way. Well, let's try a little something different here to close out the show. Let's go all the way up. We can. And try and shoot down. And try and get some kind of a empathy shot. Moving my keys. He might need a refocus. Oh, look at those teeth. Man, those are presidential teeth. Ugh. I don't know what to say about this. I almost feel like I should go off tripod for a bit. And just kind of do some wackies. Back to presidential teeth. All right. Starting to get weird for all the wrong reasons. Lights are back. I'm back. Hi there. So that has been this episode of Action Figure-Atorium. The real excitement is going to be in Photoshop and then posting these guys. I may do this weekend, I may do a home stream where I just sort of geek out on the Photoshops and just talk with people and answer chat questions, things like that, toy collector stuff, just see who I can get on talking. Who knows, maybe even Zoom some friends in, that kind of thing. But till that happens, my next show is probably going to be most likely Sunday, and that's going to be another design, build, paint. On Sundays I like to take some of the sets and toys out, paint them up, make them look all cool, that kind of thing. Hey, you know, you can always light yourself. That's what I found on these shows. So anyways, if you haven't already, visit my Instagram, Figure-Atorium, or the Twitter account, Figure-Atorium. Of course, Action Figure-Atorium on Twitch is where I'm streaming live right now. You can also find my channel on YouTube. I don't know what its YouTube name is, but just search for Action Figure-Atorium. The website is actionfigure-atorium. And if you go there, you'll see schedules and posted links and all the kind of stuff, galleries, etc. And I always encourage people to stop by from time to time and see what's up, see what's new. If you can, stop in one of the shows, say something in the chat, talk about what you think is cool or not cool about the show, and we'll try and make it more about what you guys like. Until that time, I will see you on the next one.